Take us through your thought process right now. How is it that this particular Johnson & Johnson vaccine will change the landscape for vaccinations in America and the world?
Good morning, Dom, and thank you for that. This is, we don't want to prejudge the process. On Friday, we're going to have a rigorous process of the FDA Vaccine Advisory Committee that I serve on. We are going to be discussing and contemplating safety and efficacy of this Johnson & Johnson vaccine product. I will say, but without prejudging the outcome of Friday's deliberations, should it move forward, it could potentially be a very significant further tool in our armamentarium against this dreaded pandemic. We need more vaccines. We need them because there are vaccine shortages. This particular vaccine from Johnson & Johnson, it does not require freezing. It can be held at regular 4 degrees Celsius refrigeration. That's huge in terms of practicality. And it is a single dose regimen. So those 20 million doses you alluded to by the end of March would potentially be immunizing 20 million additional Americans. So the potential for benefit is very large. But again, we have to let the process play out and contemplate the safety, efficacy. There'll be a full public deliberation on Friday. We have an excellent process, and the briefing documents will be made public for all Americans to see.
Sure. Dr. Levy, you're a medical doctor, a medical professional. You have a science background. For a layperson like myself or our viewers and listeners out there, what exactly will you be looking at? What are the considerations that you will make in evaluating whether or not J&J's vaccine comes to market?
Well, it starts with safety. Vaccines are something you give to healthy people, so they better be safe. So we scrutinize very carefully from the phase 1, 2, and 3 clinical trials that the sponsor, in this case J&J, put forward, the safety data. There's certain minor, discomfort at the injection site for a day or low-grade fever. That's acceptable. There would be certain safety signals that would not be acceptable. So we have to look carefully at the safety data. And then we look at efficacy. How well did the vaccine prevent COVID in those who received the vaccine versus placebo? These were blinded studies, very rigorously designed. So we pore over those data and we make that determination.
Now, Dr. Levy, there's a good part of the American population that's very anxious to get these vaccines. However, there is a group of people out there, not just in the U.S. but around the world, that are skeptical of the vaccine. They are worried about the process that it's being kind of authorized in, the testing process and everything else. What exactly would you say as a medical doctor to those people out there who say, I don't want the vaccine, I don't think I need it, I haven't gotten sick yet, and if everybody else is getting it, do I really need to get it myself?
Thank you, Dom. Well, listen, vaccines typically took 10 to 20 years to develop. We didn't have that kind of time. Thankfully, many of these new technologies, including this Johnson & Johnson technology, which is an adenovirus vector, it's using a different virus to deliver the vaccine, but it's not able to replicate. This is a virus that cannot harm you, cannot replicate, but it delivers the spike protein gene so that when you inject this vaccine into your body, it expresses the spike protein, and then your body makes antibodies against that, and that will block coronavirus. The safety process has not been cut in any way. It's a very rigorous procedure. It's a blinded study, placebo versus vaccine. A lot of safety information is gathered, everything from did the person have a fever or headache or any other type of symptom. It's captured very meticulously, both for the vaccine group and the placebo group. There's a statistical comparison that is then done between the groups to see if there's any safety signal with the vaccine. And that is looked at very carefully, not just by the sponsor, by the company, but by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and by the advisory panel, which is independent of the FDA or the NIH or the company. There's a lot of due diligence that is done for all the members of the advisory committee. We have no financial conflicts of interest. This is a rigorous process.
Sure.
All the briefing documents are made publicly available. I think our process compares very favorably with that of other countries with respect to how we evaluate these vaccines.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.